Hi, I'm John Hall. I teach social studies here at Noble High School in North Berwick, and I also teach government and history courses for YCCC. When I was younger, in middle school, I had an English teacher and a guidance counselor who worked with me every day. And I came from a pretty poor family where nobody had ever been to college, but these two were pretty influential in keeping me on a certain path. And so I thought when 8th grade ended, I wouldn't see them again, and that was nice. But no, they both got transferred to the high school the same year I did. So I saw these two every day for 7 years. And they kept pushing me towards that college track, even though I couldn't figure out how I was ever gonna pay for it or anything. And so I took the right classes, but didn't do all the other steps. And then senior year, I had to rely on them one more time. The day college applications were due, I still hadn't applied anywhere. So I went into my guidance counselor and told him what was up. And he happened to know somebody in admissions at a college that was close by, University of Maine at Farmington. And they basically got me accepted over the phone. I had to do some other pieces to finish that up. But, I definitely wouldn't be where I am right now if it weren't for those two people. And so I kind of always knew that teaching in some way was what I wanted to do. And now I get to do it both at the college level and the high school level. History and international relations I always knew were things that I loved. I didn't know necessarily early on that there was a way to make those a career. I thought I'd have to be like a journalist or something, and I didn't necessarily want to do that. But then once I figured out that teaching was a way to make these things happen, I knew that at some point I'd want to get into that field. So I took a long circuitous route to it, and once I figured out that public speaking was not something that was going to kill me, I found a way to make it happen. I definitely retooled. Out of college, my first job was working in banking for a major credit card company that doesn't exist anymore. My second job, career really, was working in disability insurance. Nothing I ever went to college for, but paid pretty well. Then I started teaching on the side, so that became like a part-time job. And then I discovered that there were other jobs I could do at a college besides teach. So I started working in admissions at a college, and now I teach at a college and teach at a high school. So I'm probably 5 or 6 careers in. This is definitely a retool. Yeah, I have 2 favorite parts of the job. The first and biggest is making connections with students. I did that plenty at YCCC, still do, and now I'm doing it at the high school level. And I love being able to watch students grow from being completely unsure of themselves to being, especially after they graduate, seeing them out in the workforce. It's great. And then my least favorite part of the job is honestly just grading things. Not so much providing feedback as putting a number or a letter on every assignment. So if you want to teach in Maine, then my advice is to, whatever path you choose, get a bachelor's degree in education, and then work on your certification and get a job right out of college. If you realize it later in life, then you can still do that. You just be prepared to take a few extra steps along the way. I think my advice would be about any field, and it's this. Especially if you're right out of high school, you're 18 years old, there's so much pressure to pick that one thing that's gonna be your career for the rest of your life. And if my experience is any indication, it's not gonna be. So don't worry about finding that one real thing that's gonna last you forever. Find something that you are interested in and that you enjoy doing, and that gives you skills that you can apply to other careers, because I suspect you're gonna have several careers instead of just one. I'm John Hall, social studies teacher here at Noble High School, adjunct instructor for York County Community College. and I wish you the best in your continuing education here at YCCC.